Hey, good morning, Marcella Plug. How's it going? Shit, got something in my throat. It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Got a song stuck in my head. I can't remember. I was just chilling out in the backyard. Marcella Pug. So is that a pug picture you got? I never have had a pug, but I think they're really cool. I had a couple of Boston Terriers, and they're sort of similar, kind of. They're cool. See if I see any. Mm-hmm. Next month, or toward the end of summer, there'll be some killer blackberries. You need to do something with them, but they kind of grow up along the house right here. Hey, good morning, girl. What you doing? You know what? It'd be really cool if you went and got me a ball. Can you go get me the ball? Give me the ball right here. I got a ton of them. Hey, hey, right there, bozo. Right there. Get a ball. Get a ball. No, man. Right here. 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 Find it. Right here. Pick one. Pick one. Whenever you want to toss the ball, you let me know. So how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing awesome. Hump day. The skies are looking nice and clear today. It's actually nice out right now. Low excuse me. Low humidity. What else? It was actually kind of cold this morning, like in the lower 50s. Very, very strange. La Nina. I've been reading a little bit about different plants and stuff. Alright. I need to look up this specific variety. Basically, it grows wild here in the southeastern United States, but that is a mimosa. Long story short, I've heard that you can take the bark or the roots or something of the mimosa and grind it up, and it is actually a psychedelic plant. I don't know if it's all mimosa or just this one. I mean, or another um, variety of mimosa. But these are really cool at night. All of these, I mean, they're just kind of opening up right now. But all of the leaves, they'll fold in and just kind of lay down. In the daytime, they kind of bust open. These kind of bust open and they'll stick up kind of like they're, well, that's what they're doing is getting the sunlight. But it's really cool. I like to do a time-lapse video showing it. But I dig it. I like them. I remember whenever I was younger, my grandmother had a huge one at her house, and we used to climb in it when we were kids. And put some stuff in here for the hummingbirds. Here's my mom and her fake plants. The flowers are medicinal, great for depression. That is, let's see here. Oh, there she is. What's up? Miss Yahuwah's King in the house. Great for depression. I'll actually try that. Well, I just kind of take the leaves and, let's see here. My vision's so like that. That's great for depression. You have to look that up. That's the camellia there. I happened to see this in the yard, and everybody was mowing over it. It was like a little tiny, it's about that big. I saw it sticking out of the ground. I'm like, I think that's a camellia. It's been growing. I just let it grow for a couple of years. Mowed around it. Put my glasses on here. Okay. Oh, so much better. So you'll want the flowers. The flowers, I'm sorry, you can make a tea. Yeah, I better grab some of these flowers because as you can see, especially when it rains a lot, the flowers they don't last long at all. And they had this one little short little time frame, this little window in time where they flower, and that's it. Great for depression. Yeah, I started to take this other uh, medication for depression. I really didn't want to, but I mean I was just good and bad. And it's called Auvelity, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep taking it. And I'm not taking it every day like I'm supposed to. And yeah, it's just I don't know if I want to go down that road anymore. Definitely don't last long. Super powerful medicine. They do smell great. Um, Hope you're well, Chris. Miss King, I hope you are doing well. I hope your husband is doing well. I hope both your family is doing well, and you have some very cool stuff. And it's really cool seeing that. Yeah, my son's about to be 23. He's graduated. He's moved off. He's not too far from here. He's near Savannah, and I'm gonna get down to see him. But he's got a good job there. And he's got this one girl he's been dating for years. I don't know if. Oh yeah, yeah. That's yeah. But he's doing good. He's got his own place, and him and his girlfriend, they have a dog and a cat, and I mean, he's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. I mean, he's 23 and he's a big guy, but yeah, it's one of those things that kind of, you live for. I haven't got on here recently at all. It's good to get on here. Honestly, like I've said, I don't have any um, friends that I don't hang out with anybody here, really. I could talk to my neighbor. Actually, I need to talk to him. Just trying to get my health in order. It's just been really rough. I don't know. I just get the blues and but honestly, I think a lot of it's probably has to. It was a combination of a lot of stuff. But, yeah. There's no free rides in life. I don't smoke anymore. The bird's going crazy this morning. Health is well. It is. It is. I'm so sorry. Hey, thank you, Miss King. I appreciate it. The world is heavy. It's not. Yeah, I have trouble with letting stuff go. I mean, or just stuff that happens in the past has happened in the past. I guess it just weighs on my mind. Congratulations, that's a huge accomplishment. Thank you so much. That's really cool. Just getting your channel and watching your family grow up. I mean, that's what it's all about. Seeing them happy and healthy, and they have good parents, great parents. That's something else, you know. A lot of, I mean, we all see it and we all know about it. There's so many parents that just they don't seem to care for their children. You know, just makes me sad. They are. They are. I was. What was it? It's last week. My son called and he said, Dad, there's something I got to tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I thought it was like that call you're gonna get saying that his girlfriend was expecting. No, that wasn't it. But yeah, he's gonna be playing guitar in the church that him and his girlfriend attend. He was just calling me. He was really excited about it. You know, just very proud of him. Hey, Miss King, I know you go on a lot of walks. Or tell me about the ticks. Have you gotten have y'all had, or have you noticed the tick population in your area exploding this year? I haven't been really doing much of anything. Oh yeah, we've all been bit. It's really bad. Last year I swore was the worst. This year's even worse. Mm, dang, I hate to hear that. Hey, Lillian Lopez. Good morning. Thank you so much. I'll get up and walk around here again in a minute. I kind of got I don't have much energy these days. My energy level is really low. As soon as I get on, sit down here for a second, just walking, I get tired. I know I need to just start getting out and walking just around the block a few times. But sometimes I get to where I feel like I'm gonna pass out. To love the profile picture. You love dogs. I do too. I love dogs. And I've had to with her. It's hard to tell, with dogs if they get out of there, girl. Sorry about that. Um, if she's had any ticks on her or not. I brush her down every day, but I haven't really noticed any. I do my best to just look at the obvious spots on her, and she takes the flea and heartworm stuff. Oh yeah, I've sprayed. I don't like to use like a lot of chemicals and stuff, or especially Roundup, but I did hit this yard though up with some type of flea, tick, ant, like an all-in-one. Mosquitoes are really bad here, but this morning they're not. They're not too bad. Knock on wood. But yeah, I'll definitely here in a minute. I'll excuse me. I'll get up and I'll go ahead and do it now. Let's see here. Well, I'm taking this off. Standing up. Okay. Gosh, that look awful. I haven't been out this year. I'll get really pale. But it's crazy. I tan up pretty easy. It's weird. Here we go, Lillian. Yeah, mosquitoes are bad. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I have a bite on my hand. I don't remember. A skate bite? Oh, mosquito. Oh, I got you. Gotcha. Lily it is. Here's a little wild lantana growing up. I used to have one there on the corner, but during the winter time, they look like sticks, and my neighbor would come over and spray it with Roundup. Oh yeah, we saw the mimosa uh, earlier. I need to get some more flowering plants. There's right in here. I'm trying to fix some of this wood on my back. It's messed up and but anyways. I'm not very good at what do you call it? I'm not very good. There's my mom's flamingos she got from my brother's fiance. I can't even think. I forget words. What do you call somebody who like Jesus was a carpenter? Carpenter. That's what. I'm not a good carpenter. Hopefully there'll be some. Yeah, that's where I had the big or decent sized lantana. It's like purple. It was really pretty. Yeah, flamingos. I really love that deep. That it's like an orangish red. You know, Lily, I say that I am. Well, that's awful. I say that I am. I am, but I have. I'm going through I don't know what you call it, some type of existential, that's not the word, crisis or whatever, where I just don't know what to believe anymore, you know. Um, I know that is awful to say, or awful to hear someone say that. That says, "Yeah, I'm Christian," and I was thinking about it on my right. This is my mom and her fake plans, but try to get maybe the light. I'm just trying to put it all together, and a lot of different religions and stuff interest me, and just did how did we all get here? You know, I know we'll probably be answered that one of these days, but it's just one of those questions I think every human being wants to know while they're here. What happened in the beginning? How many times, was the earth, you know, how many cycles has it gone through? Or is this just the first and the only? Or, just, I do a lot of philosophizing. Lily, it was nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Miss King. Yeah, whenever I was a child, too, I I grew up going to, I would go to church. It was a Baptist church, whether being in the South, I guess it was, the Southern Baptist. I mean, I don't know what the real difference is between Southern Baptist and Baptist, but I went to a you know, I grew up going that. My grandmother was very religious, and she was one of those people that you could honestly see the tough start relationship with God. Oh yes, and my grandmother was one of those people that you could see and honestly tell that she had no doubt that there was God, and she believed in Jesus with everything uh, that she had, and a little over a year ago, she had passed, and she had lived a long life, and but yeah, just I was never. I get deep with this. Ain't no other lives were as good as yours right now so far, though. Hey, thanks, Lily. But yeah, I was never. Thank God, I was never, abused as a child or anything like that. But I remember going to a Sunday school class, and there was this guy he would teach it. Who's in a grandparent? It is, yes. I appreciate that, Miss King. Yeah, she got to a point, and she was, she said that she wanted to go home. She started to say that a lot. She wanted to go home, and whenever she finally got to where she got, she lived up to like uh, 100, up to about 99, 100, and she had like one bad year I'd say where it was really bad, but she never had to be put in a home, you know. So, but yeah, confident, yeah, in what comes after. Yes, that's what I'm trying to understand now is what and what to believe. I want to fully believe beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'd want to, but I need to do my due diligence in reading, or whatever it may be. But I don't know. I just find myself conflicted. But I guess that's where you got to put, what is it? You got to have faith. That's where faith comes in, I guess. And the animals, I realize, going to heaven, which should be happy. Yes. Yeah, best thing you can do is get in your Bible. Yes, that's right. Blind faith for sure. Yes. I've had feelings. That feeling of whenever I was younger. See, I didn't really know a lot, but whenever I was younger, I was maybe 6 years old, and I said, the prayer, that I just, I said, Jesus, I want you to come in my life and to, you know, I know that you're, who you are, and I believe and trust and put all my belief and trust in you. But since then, I mean, I've done so much. I never, most of the bad things I've done is to myself. I mean, I've done, everybody does bad stuff, but, you know, I wouldn't say anything that I've done is like evil. Just bad stuff, acting bad. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of that acting bad has come back to bite me, not living the righteous lifestyle. And, but yeah, I was coming back this morning. I was driving back, and I keep getting these thoughts of if I were to go, if something were to happen. Well, is I would want everything just to end. I don't know if I'd want to just go for I guess because my mind I can't fathom what eternity is. Yes. I believe that if you do make it to heaven and you are to God, I mean, He is going to look out for you. I mean, once you're there, and you are. But maybe that's a question. Maybe it goes back to blind faith. Maybe I shouldn't be even thinking about that. I just can't. I guess I can't fathom eternity. I'm just. I got to a point where I'm just tired of doctor's appointments. All of this stuff, and it's like, am I living for me, or am I living for others? And I can honestly say, I I live for others, which I shouldn't. Granted, you should live for others, but you definitely need to take care of yourself and live for yourself and enjoy the person you are and be thankful for that. But I really appreciate that, y'all. And I'm going to definitely be doing some type of. I gotta get every. Yeah. Hey, have a great day, and And, when I say stuff like this, I really do mean it. Have a blessed day. And I hope that all of y'all enjoy this day to the fullest. Take care, Supermom. Stand over here in the shade for a minute. It's starting to get a little warm outside. But yeah, Lily, I've it seems like I try and I try to, and I keep coming through on the other side as hard as it may be. I just got through with one thing, and then this. Hey, you too, Miss King. You're awesome. Thank you. Shade is very nice when it's. That's right. It's got a nice little, just a cool little breeze, and that is very rare for here. The La Nina or whatever weather cycle has been really crazy this year. Extremely. And we had like one month where it didn't rain at all. I'm sorry I keep coughing this morning. I just allergies or something. There's a nice little cardinal over there. I can see it, but I know I can't zoom in with this phone. But yeah, literally this morning I get some blood work back, and it says that I need to go. That I had my platelets are messed up, elevated platelet or something. So I had my gallbladder taken out last year, and I'd let it go for a long time, and I was just thinking it was depression that was making me skinny. Um, Low platelets. Needs to talk to a primary care physician for low platelets. What month was it? Um, Last when this happened, this was. Let me pick up these sticks over here. But this was last February. Not no, well, February a year ago. So a little over a year and a half. And so I got real sick. So then they said, yeah, I need to get my gallbladder removed. So I got it removed. And the surgery, I had complications with the surgery. And I told them before I left, I said, I'm not feeling good. It's like, I'm not a doctor, but something's going on. And they're like, oh, you're going to not feel good for a couple of days. But like when you know something isn't right, I had that feeling. So I get home, and then that next morning I went back to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, we need to get you transported immediately and get this taken care of. I had, I guess, like one of the stones or something that was left of my gallbladder went down another duct or something and was cutting something off. But I got down to 120 pounds. It was awful. And it was hard to put weight back on, but now I'm back up to about 180. And, I feel better, but although I just still, I haven't felt great since, a year and a half. I'm just, winded. I just don't like to go to the doctors and stay on top of it. But yeah, thank you so much, Lilia. And I just worry about that. I tell myself like I go through situations or whatever in my brain. I'm like I don't care, but I really do care. So I want to be around to see my grandchildren and yeah. Hey, thank you. I just see that you're the only person in here, and I appreciate that. I felt like I had to kind of get on here and talk to somebody because I don't really talk to anybody. I have a friend up in New York. You know, I text him every now and again. I'll call him every now and again. I have a friend in Atlanta, and I text her and call her. She works a lot, and she's recently married, so I feel kind of. I haven't even met the guy, so I don't want to. Even though there's nothing that we're just friends. For like for a very long time, I definitely just don't want anybody to have relationship problems unless they really don't feel good and just want to get over with. Yeah, I've been having some strange things that I've had this year, and I've been putting off one surgery to go. My right hand, I know what it is. Just freaky stuff. I woke up one day and I couldn't make a fist, and it felt like my hand was broken. And I didn't hit my hand on anything, so it lasted over a week. I'm like, man, I need to get this checked out. So, especially being right hand dominant, being my index finger. So when I go in, they said it's called trigger finger, and they have to just do a little where they cut your hand. It's not a very big deal, but I've been putting that off. But yeah, I missed communication on accident. Can you elaborate on that? I miss could happen. Like is it like what do they call it? Um, where you just don't want to know what uh, like you don't want to hear any bad news or something. If I'm not on the same, I don't want to speak for you. I remember whenever I was in my what was it? I was like in my late teens. I had a traumatic brain injury whenever I was 12, 13. Well, I was in my teens, and this is a few years after my traumatic brain injury. I remember I came home and I take a nap. I just went to school or something. I don't know what I was doing. But I had taken a nap during the day, and I got up and it was like about 6 o'clock. And I go to the refrigerator to get something to drink. And as soon as I opened the refrigerator, I just felt like I was going to faint. and my heart started beating really, 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 really fast. Well, come to find out, after it would keep happening, and it was called a anxiety attack. Oh, miscommunication. Yeah, with your friends being in a marriage and the husband could not know about you and that she's already in a relationship. Yeah, yeah. Because I definitely don't know him. I know her, and she's a very just, like if I were to see her, she'd give me a hug, and stuff like that. But I'm almost 50 years old, so I don't, not like that has anything to do with it. But I mean, he could just be the jealous type. He might not be. Yeah, that's right. I don't know where he stands as far as their relationship, and I definitely just don't want to be cause any misunderstandings amongst a married couple, especially with her being such a good friend of mine. That until I meet him and that we know that we are all on the same page or something, and that if she ever called my number or he's happened to see her phone or something, to know that I'm not trying to, hook up with her or something around his back, if that makes sense. She loves being outside. She just sit right around here with me. She just chills, and she went to the vet last week and she's doing pretty good. She needs to lose a little weight. But I'm not gonna tell her that. So Lily, you say you like animals. Did you say you had any pets? Forgive me. I apologize. I can't remember if you said you had. Oh, that was someone else that had a pug, I think, or their name had pug in it. That had it says something at the very beginning of the stream. Oh, this is that's a girl. Her name is Gnarly. She is 7.5. I do have uh, 3 dogs. Cool. Yeah, she's I'm not really sure what my boy's what kind of dog she is. She's okay, Lily. So you did see that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but whenever I got her, it was at a flea market, and the sign said on there was just a bunch of puppies in a box. I mean, she was probably a little too young to probably be handed out to me, but it just said pit bull puppies, and I wasn't even looking for a dog at the time. Uh, I was just coming back from Atlanta, and my mom wanted to stop, get something, uh, make a stop. So I said, yeah. Well, and I saw a sign that said flea market. I said, well, let's check it out. Kill some time. We weren't in a rush to get back, and we go in there, and there she is. Oh, I see. You got some gnats. That's what it is, girl. Or we'll go back inside. Yeah, gnarly. Yeah, gnarly. That's No, I spelled it all kind of crazy. I'm because it was going to be Marley, and there's a bunch of dogs named Marley. So I don't know what possessed me to name her Gnarly, but I just thought it was funny. And she, but it's spelled Narleigh. I tried to kind of um, feminize her last name, I guess. Because just from growing up and going to school, I do know of a couple of girls I probably went to school with. Their name was Lee, and it was spelled Leigh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what type of dog she is, other than what it said pit bull puppies on the box. But I'm thinking the guy probably, we talk about this all the time. He might have had a pit bull, and some other dog got to the pit bull, and he just assumed that you know, that it was pit bulls. But she definitely has. It's not, um, I've seen these dogs. Also, she could really be anything. But I know she's not, um, full blooded pit bull. I say she's a cross between a pit bull and some type of shepherd. Pit bull, the other one. But I've seen the type of dog before, the other half of the mix. Yeah, I'm thinking that I've seen dogs. They're called Dutch Shepherds and what is it, like Belgian Malinois. They're used a lot in the police for like K9, and in the military for they'll for all sort of stuff. And when she was young, she was very, very. Um, she had a very strong willingness to learn. It was crazy. Chase like flies and dance around the house, but it causes too much commotion. Yeah, I would like to. I would take her to. That's where there's this one spot on her. Oops, I'm not mad. It doesn't hurt her. She just. But right there, they had to shave her at the vet because there's this little spot up under her skin. I mean, you could feel it when you rub your hand over it, but the doctor said just kind of monitor it. But oh, that's cool. That is cool. What is it? Yeah, it's her back legs. Whenever she was very young, I guess her being the type of mix she is, she tore. Whoops. You're laying on all this dirt and hair. Brush it down. But she tore her. It's called a. It's basically the. Like on a human, it would be equivalent to an ACL tear. But she tore. It's called a TPLO. She tore one on one side when she was playing. Going full blast. And the surgery was like $5,000. And they said, we can do the surgery or just let it heal and just, see. So it healed up. I would say it did a really good job. I spent a lot of time with her. And what do you know? As soon as she healed on, I can't remember which one tore first, but what do you know? As soon as she heals on this side, the other one got tore. Now I'm thinking that that's what it is because she's always had like right through here. It's kind of she's always had like a barrel body, sort of like a pit bull has, but her legs aren't as sturdy. So I'm thinking that might have been a genetic. She was genetically predisposed. Gosh, I can't say the word. Predisposed. Definitely a mix. Me and Pitbull. Me and Pitbull. Yes. Not me. Oh, I got you. Yeah, and pit bulls also they don't shed. It's get back over here in the shade. They don't shed as much as what she does. I mean, she sheds. There's mainly 2 times during the year where she goes through a heavy shed, but her hair doesn't really get any longer than that. She's just, but she will. She'll if anybody comes up walking or something, she is very protective. Hey, Lily, I always find myself when I'm typing that I'll end up typing wrong things or one of the worst things I think is whenever you're having a conversation, basically with anybody, mainly through a text or something, and it could be like a word or something, but the way you had wrote it or whatever didn't come out the way meant for them to take it, if that makes any sense. And I find myself being misunderstood, or not anymore, because I don't really talk to anybody. But I found out in the past, I found myself being misunderstood quite a bit, and it could be through trivial stuff like that. Have been licking themselves and getting hot spots all over their legs, paws, and stuff. Ooh, a broken nail. Speaking of nails, she's got nails, but she will not let me. Ugh. She will not let me touch her feet at all. I mean, to do her nails, she sees and she will not let you do it. Um, yeah, we just went to the vet. He said next time we bring her in for the follow up to call before he comes, and he's going to give her some a sedative because she does not like the vet. She does not like her nails done. She just likes to be a cool dog. But the three dog that's cool though, because I've always wanted to get her a friend. I think that would be cool. But the house really isn't. It's not big enough, I guess. I mean, I could make it work, but it's just one of those things where I definitely like her to have her friend, but at the same time, she's kind of got it set in her ways and stuff. And occasionally, um, there used to be this one, it was actually a pit bull that would come around here, and I would let the dog in the fence up here, and they would play good. But the dog quit coming around. And there was also, my brother had brought their dogs over here too. And so I think, well, I'll kind of leave it at that, where she has play dates. I'm just scared if it's I mean, she was around a Chihuahua for a while, but the Chihuahua was very, didn't take any, he wasn't a pushover at all. So, but I'm just scared if another, like a little dog, if I were to take her to a dog park or something, I just don't know how she would be around now that she's older, around like little dogs. And all it would take would be just like her to just kind of snap at the dog, and it could be bad. What a beautiful morning that really is. I need to start doing this more often. Start just come out here in the morning, especially on days like this, and just taking it in. And so my mind isn't on repeat. Whoops. Low power mode. Close. Well, I just got a low power mode nose, I think I'm gonna brush her down and get her back in the house. And yeah, but Lily, if you're in here, I want to tell you I really do appreciate you stopping by. That meant a lot. I really appreciate it. Just conversating is cool. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this bee. Yeah, because they're right here on the mimosa flowers. Cool. They're doing their thing, pollinating. It's hard to see them. I can't really. Oh, here we go. Every time they're maybe just coming out right now. So maybe they'll be out later. Sometimes when I use voice, I autocorrect my words into the wrong thing. Yeah, my accent is really. I try to talk in a way that my accent doesn't come through as much. But I mean, the words sometimes are just come out crazy. You glitched out. Yeah, I'm on the low power mode. I was going to tell you, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It meant a lot. Like robot sounds. Okay. Yeah, it's on a low power mode. But I really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later, okay? Uh, thank you for stopping by. It really meant a lot. Well, take care, my friend. And we will see you next time. Have a wonderful Wednesday and enjoy your day. See you, Lily. Dinner.